With version 3.15, we had a wipe. And with money and in-game purchases gone, I was excited to get back into the game and do some trading, do some mining, check out the new missions. But then CIG brought back these little evil boxes. So like I said, I was excited to get back into the game. Over the past 2 or 3 updates, they made a variety of changes, which individually seem rather small, but together added up to a different user experience in several areas. I wanted to check out the mining mechanics because they've added additional types of passive modules, changed the scanning on how you find your minables, made some preliminary steps in the inventory system, and I wanted to see how that worked with the in-ship storage now. Just a whole variety of things I wanted to check out. Now, having been away from the game for a little while, with the exception of a Star Citizen survival series I made, the game always feels very fresh and exciting when you come back. I missed my little prospector and the cutlass, which is my workhorse. So I did pretty well for the first 3 or 4 days. I did some trading, I did some mining, and I got reacquainted with some of the changes and started putting together a component setup for my mining laser that I thought would kind of fit the mining that I wanted to do. But then these little boxes showed up. Now, this isn't the first time they've brought in these little Luminalia boxes into the game. Each year, around this time, they start dropping these little presents all around. And I do think it's kind of cool that they do something special for the holidays. A lot of games do that. But I have a problem with these little boxes. To be honest, CIG should have a problem with them as well. First off, one of these boxes is worth 1,000 Alpha UEC when you sell it. In the middle of editing this video, CIG dropped the sale price of these boxes from 1,000 UEC down to 250. Now I do think this is a move in the right direction, and I've adjusted the numbers in the rest of the video to accommodate the 250 price, but there are still some issues with these boxes that I'm going to talk about. By itself, that may not be too bad, but here's where I think CIG went off the rails. These boxes are everywhere. You don't even have to look for them. They're just laying there on the ground. All you have to do is log into the game from your bed at one of the major landing sites. Take the elevator to the first lobby, and by the time you walk from there to the transportation center to get to the spaceport, you can easily stumble across 50 of these boxes. 12,500 credits. And I haven't even gotten to my ship yet. There's very little effort and absolutely no risk. Even a person doing a basic box delivery mission runs a slight risk of running into a griefer or pirate, possibly crashing or damaging their ship. And even if all goes well, they're going to spend a little bit of money in repairs and refueling, and probably spend an hour or 2 in the game running 2 or 3 of these delivery missions. But none of those investments of time, money, effort, or risk are present just by reaching down to pick up these little boxes. In 1 hour's time, you can easily make 25,000 or more credits just picking up these little boxes. It seems very imbalanced compared to a lot of the other activities you can do in the game. And I'm kinda surprised CIG put these little boxes into the game right after they did an economic reset. That reset was a golden opportunity for CIG to see how the players would start making money after a reset. They could see what kinds of missions or activities people seemed to gravitate to, either because they made the most money or because they were the most fun. To me, introducing these boxes seemed like it would upset that. Let's say a person wants to scrounge 100,000 credits for a nice Helix mining head for their prospector. Well, why go out and mine with it at all with the default Arbor mining head to get that money? Just spend a couple hours picking up boxes. You want some initial capital for your Caterpillar to get into some trading? No need running small haul runs to get enough base money to start buying the big stuff. Just pick up some boxes. Or you decide to do a couple bunker missions, kill the bad guys, and use the new looting mechanics to pick up their armor and weapons so you can scatter spare sets around in different parts of the Stanton system. Or you could just pick up the little boxes and buy the armor instead. So you can see where I'm going with this. The boxes are just too lucrative and easy, and I think it potentially took away from a golden opportunity to track economics and player activities. But there are some ways they could have made it better. Like I said, it's nice to get something special for the holidays, but don't make it so easy to find. They do have some of these boxes hidden away in the loot crates scattered all around the system, and that is cool. I think if they had placed the presents inside of various loot boxes scattered all around these major cities, it would have made a huge difference. You wouldn't be able to just run around, see the box, and pick it up. You'd have to investigate a little bit. You'd have to go see if the crate is lootable, then open it up to see if any sort of box is inside. This would have at least required some effort and taken a little more time, which I think would create a better balance between picking up the boxes and other types of gameplay. Now, I'm sure some folks might be saying right now, I took out my ROC and made $500,000 in just 4 hours. The boxes aren't all that good. Well, maybe so, but at least you spent some effort doing that. You had to spawn your ship, go to a site to pick up your mining vehicle, and then load it, and fly your ship somewhere and scan for good minerals. Then, after finding it, unload the rover, break up the rocks, and extract them, and then reload the rover, fly back to a spaceport, and the whole time taking on a little bit of risk that someone might detect your mining efforts and decide to ruin your day. Making the boxes just a little harder to find, I think, would have been good, and put it more in balance with that ROC mining. Another thing they could have done is just make them less valuable. I think even 100 UEC per box would have been just fine. Some folks, like that person that might want to do the ROC mining, could just decide to ignore them because they had better, more profitable things to do. But a lot of folks might still take the time to pick them up. I mean, if there's 10 boxes just laying there on the floor in the room that you're standing in, you might just go ahead and pick them up. I mean, after all, it is 1,000 alpha UEC just for a couple minutes effort. Which leads me to the main thing that might be the reason why I actually said I hate these little boxes. Now, I know hate is a strong word, but these boxes have been embedded with pure evil. With them being so easy to acquire and so lucrative to pick up, you almost can't help yourself from stopping and picking them up. I mean, why did CIG do this to me? I want to go mining. I want to do some trading. I didn't want to spend my time scavenging for these boxes. But it's almost as if you can't help yourself. You see a couple boxes in front of you and you think, oh, well, I'll just pick up these 2 boxes and move on. Then you see another one just ahead. It's only a few feet away. So you say to yourself, well, I'll just go get that one. And then there's another one. And it just keeps going. The next thing you know, you've got 50 of these things in your backpack. And you know it's worth 12,500 UEC. So you say to yourself, well, I know I'm at the spaceport, but I'll just take the train back to the trading area rather than get my ship, and I'll sell off these boxes. Then I'll be on my way. So you do that, and you sell the boxes, and you head back to the spaceport to get your ship out. But on the way, you find like 15 more boxes. It's maddening. You just can't get away from them. I want to play the game. I don't know about you, but I just can't not pick up 250 UEC right at my feet. It's absolutely evil what CIG has done. I realize it's my own willpower and it's my own freedom of choice, but could they please stop torturing me? I love the extra UEC. I hate being lured to pick up the boxes. It's just awful. But what's not awful is your chance to win a free copy of Eco by providing a comment to this video or any other video in December where I've announced the giveaway. The giveaway is sponsored by the good people of DadSpeed that run a long-term Eco server focused on casual and cooperative gameplay. You can also join the DadSpeed server by using the IP address in the video's description. Personally, I'm enjoying the Star Citizen reset and my own mining efforts, and I'll be doing another Star Citizen video on how that's been going. But I have one last confession. Right now, I have a backpack stored in my ship's inventory with 50 little boxes in it. I just can't stop myself. It's a sickness, I tell you, an absolute sickness.